What's up? Okay, today we are talking 5 random things that are important to know about the East Tennessee and Knoxville area. The whole kind of reasoning behind this is because I've had a lot of people that have asked me why I say certain things. Like, what do you mean? What's the point? Why do you keep saying that? And so this is really some random things, but also if you're new to the channel and you haven't watched much of my videos, then this is gonna make sense when I refer to these things. But if you are not new to the channel and you've been watching for a while, this is gonna clarify some things. So that being said, let's dive in and get going. All right, question number 1. Why do I keep saying Target? Why am I always talking about Target? Okay, first of all, I like Target, okay? But the reason why I keep talking about it is because Target implies certain things about an area. It's a way of saying that there's stuff around here. Because if there's no Target, then there's probably not like boutique restaurants. There's probably not boutique gyms. Like it's just not as developed of an area. So when you go to Google Maps and you put Target in and you put Knoxville, then you're gonna see like, where are the Targets? And that's gonna help you know, is that an area you wanna be near? Like what else is around or what else is not? So if you're like, well, I don't really care about Target, another one you could search for is Walmart. We do have Walmarts here, but obviously the more rural that you get, the less options for that kind of thing you're gonna have. If you're a Costco person, sometimes I refer to Costco. Well, Costco, we've got one of them and that's it. So that tells you again about an area. That area has to support that business, right? Macy's, we don't have them. Okay, we also don't have a Nordstrom's. I've gotten that question before. So just, that's why, I mean, it's not like I can be like, oh, they've got Target or Trader Joe's. Like if you are a Trader Joe's person, we've got one of those. And so if you're like, okay, that tells you again about the area. When I lived in Atlanta, there were multiple Trader Joe's. I don't want to say all over the place, but there are multiple Trader Joe's that I could name to you even right now, right? We've got one, okay? So that's why I keep saying that. And then you know you're in a more rural area if you see Dollar Generals, Dollar Trees, because the Dollar Generals tend to be in a more outskirts of an area that would be a quick place for people to go without having to go all the way into Knoxville or all the way into town, whatever the town is near you. The Dollar General is going to be your option. So if you're looking at a house and it's right next to the Dollar General, then that implies to me as a local person that there's not as much stuff around, not as much restaurants, grocery stores, and all that stuff. So that's why I say Target. And then on the same note, when it comes to grocery stores, Publix, Kroger, and Food City are like our big ones. Now Publix only is in certain places. Again, this is kind of like the Target rule. Publix is in West Knox, there's one in Sevierville, and there's one off Cumberland, like off campus, UT campus. That's it. And even those are like new. West Knox would be North Shore and Turkey Creek. We do have Ingalls, not as many of those. There's actually a really nice Ingalls in Farragut, but Farragut also has a really nice Kroger, they have a really nice Publix, they've got Super Walmart, they've got Super Target, and they've got a Costco. Okay, number 2 thing is waterfront. I get a lot of people wanting to know about water, about waterfront land, about waterfront properties, everything. And the number 1 thing I want to clarify here is, and I have multiple videos about waterfront, which waterfront, how much does waterfront land cost, blah, blah, blah. Go check all that out. Who is the TWRA? Who is the TVA? Why it matters? Is it dockable? What happens? Everything. Go watch all that. The main takeaway about water is, what do you need the water for? Do you need the water because you want a pretty water view? Do you need the water because you are a boater, like a pontoon boat, and you want to be on the pontoon and you want to ride up and down the water? Do you need the water because you want to kayak and you want to paddleboard? Do you need the water because you want to get to the Vol Navy? Well, okay. All of those things are going to tell you what makes sense. For example, Cherokee Lake, Douglas Lake, Norris Lake, they all drop. Even the river drops in the winter. Now, in the winter, you still see the river, right? But if you aren't main channel in those lakes, you're not even going to see water for half the year. Just think like, what do I need this for? Is it for summer recreation? Or even, you can even be up the Holston River, which Holston and French Broad come together and make the Tennessee. You could even be just upstream from downtown and not be able to be a part of the Vol Navy because certain parts get too shallow or too narrow before you come back into downtown. So don't assume that there's you can just get where you want to go. The other thing I want to point out to you is even closer into town, there you've got these little like offshoots of the Tennessee River. And some of those don't even have water year round. And also some of those are blocked in the sense that maybe there's a railroad going over the waterway that's low enough, so low that you cannot get your boat under it. Like the railway bridge. So I'm just saying, not all water is created equal. The other thing I want to note is that when it comes to dock permits, they are not technically, just because a house has a permit doesn't mean it's your permit. So if you buy a property, you want to ask for a copy of the dock permit. And what you are looking for is, does this dock match what is on the permit? So say someone has a dock. It's 2 stories and it's beautiful. It's got Trex necking and you could just hang out there forever. But you see the dock permit, and the dock permit is for basically like the old bottom of a float boat. This is a problem because it's not going to be as simple as you just going and, re-upping the permit in your name. Because even when you buy that house, even if there is a permit, you still have to put that in your name. You still have to get a permit yourself. So in an ideal world, the dock matches what's on the permit. And if it doesn't, like, you want to know that. You don't want to find that out after the fact, after you've closed on the house. This dock cannot be permanent, and then you have a problem, okay? So just know that. Okay, number 3. I've talked about it before. I even have videos about this. My friend Dwayne will not move here for this reason, even though his wife loves it here. Yes, we have bugs here. We've got bugs. And I even was checking, like, what are the most common? And in my mind, the most common would be mosquitoes. Obviously, we have ants, we've got beetles, we've got ladybug is a beetle, I guess. But this is what the internet says. Most common: ants, bees, wasps, hornets, spiders, termites, cockroaches, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and bed bugs. But also I want to say we've got carpenter bees. So if you're looking at a log cabin or something that has wood siding and you see these giant holes, those are what I call carpenter bees. Some people call them mud daubers. I call them carpenter bees because they're like carpenting with the wood. You know what I'm saying? They're like making stuff with the wood, making holes basically. So yeah, we have bugs, and some people they bother and some people they don't. It's the middle of summer right now as I'm making this video, and I've got a crap ton of mosquito bites. My husband has 0. So, maybe you're not as affected as other people. I don't know, but we do have bugs, just know that, okay? And then cicadas, and something actually that I literally never even noticed this. We've got grasshoppers. I mean, I could keep going. I'm a granddaddy longlegs. But I was at a showing with some of my very first clients, and we were like looking at this house out in the middle of nowhere. It was actually near Douglas Lake, and they were like, "What's that noise?" And I was like, "What noise?" And they were like, "The noise." And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And come to find out, they were talking about cicadas, and I just never even like listened to them. I'm just like, it's what happens outside at night. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, there you go. You can hear the bugs at night. Number 4, city versus county. This is another one that comes up quite often because a lot of people that are relocating here are from a bigger, larger metropolis, bigger, larger city than Knoxville. Not as rural, even though I wouldn't consider Knoxville rural. But that being said, you have trash service through your taxes. You've got police and fire department and all those things through your property taxes. Within the East Tennessee area, go check out all these videos. I've done property tax videos on a bunch of different counties and a general one. So go check that out. That being said, city versus county. Here's your perfect example. We have Knox County, and then we have Knoxville City. Knoxville City sits within Knox County, and there is one school system for all of Knox County that includes Knoxville, the city. Now, Knoxville City, we have a Knoxville City mayor, and we have a Knox County mayor. We have Knoxville City property taxes, and we have Knox County property. So that's why you'll see on a listing, it'll say county only property taxes. Well, because it's outside of the city limits of Knoxville. Now, what's the problem? There's no problem, except for if you are out in the county, specifically Knoxville, if we talk about that, if you're out in Knox County, not within the city limits, then you're gonna have to pay for trash service. You're gonna have to pay for rural metro membership, which is like your EMS and fire department. And then also things like trash recycling, as I mentioned. But also you're gonna vote in just the county elections, not the Knoxville City elections, because you are not a resident of Knoxville City, you're a resident of Knox County only. If you look at Blount County is similar yet different, because Blount County has actually 3 public school systems and Knox County has just 1. Knox County has Knox County schools. Includes Knoxville City, includes Farragut, includes Powell, includes Gibbs, all those little teeny other towns within Knox County, okay? Maryville has Maryville City Schools, like #1 ranked, one of the best ranked in the state. Alcoa City, also very well ranked. And then they also have Blount County. Well, both Maryville and Alcoa sit inside of Blount County. However, it's different school systems. Also, if you're within Maryville City, you've got different public services than if you're just out in the county. So you will have some places you will only have one property tax, and some places you're gonna have 2. So go check out those videos to go see those property tax rates. And I'm sure you're already thinking, well, where's the most expensive? Anderson County property taxes, most expensive. And they've got like 5 or 6 different tax situations in Anderson County. So Anderson County is home to Oak Ridge, etc. Number 5, finally we've made it. This is the 5th and final clarification, is traffic. Multiple of my clients who have moved here, they found me on YouTube, they've moved here, and they get here and they're like, Haley, you always talk about how bad the traffic is. It's not bad at all. Well, like I said, I'm from here, okay? I grew up here. I went away for a little while. I went to Ethiopia. I went to Liberia. I taught in Memphis. I taught in Atlanta. I did all this stuff, and I came back in 2012, okay? And to me, people drive like maniacs, okay? They drive like maniacs, including myself. So I don't want to just say that it's not me, it's them. No, it's also me, okay? But that being said, there are certain places where you will not find me in the dead middle of the day. Kingston Pike in front of Bearden Elementary is horrible. Horrible traffic. Cedar Bluff, I-40 exit, horrible. There's 15 million different ways to go. Unless you know the intersection like the back of your hand, like my husband's from Knoxville, and every time we go there, he doesn't know what to do. And the only people who know what to do are people that grew up going to the Cedar Bluff Road every day. Me. That's where I'm from. I'm from West Knoxville. I know Cedar Bluff, and I know what lane to be in, okay? And maybe my mom's like a drill sergeant when it comes to driving. I don't know, okay? But that intersection, horrible. Parts of Kingston Pike all the way down. 40 right after school gets out, going back into town is heinous. 40 right after school gets out, going out of town. It's horrible. However, the feedback I'm getting is it's not that bad. So I have a lot of driving vlogs. Go check those out and see for yourself. You know, local people complain about it. Everyone moving here is like, it's really not that bad, okay? Especially if you're already used to a 45-minute commute, even though one end of Knoxville to the other could take you an hour to drive. You know, on a bad traffic day, maybe an hour and a half. So a lot of people actually moving here, like I have clients who, they have 2-hour commutes one way just because the traffic is so bad. So I just want to say, you know, take what I'm saying about traffic with a giant grain of salt, okay? And on that note, similar to this traffic situation, I just want to clarify for you, Knoxville is not a walkable city. There are pockets of places that could be walkable. That is the exception. It is not the rule. Additionally, if you or maybe your grown children are not drivers and you're thinking, well, they could just take a scooter or whatever around, I personally would not recommend that, because let's go back to the first point of this whole thing when I said that drivers are maniacs here. They are. We've got windy roads. People are flying around. There's always construction. I just think it's unsafe. But that's my personal opinion and my point of view. Maybe it could work for you. I just don't think that is a great plan. I also have had clients who they came with one car and now they have 2 because it didn't make sense for them to be like, they had to both be driving. Okay. So, because they thought, oh, well, one of us could ride a bike, but it's just, unless you are just so confident on the roads with a bike or like a motorcycle or whatever, then it's fine. But if this is new to you, and obviously you're going to be in a new area, I would advise against that. Again, you know, that's just my thoughts, my opinion, and my truth, okay? So yeah, those are 5 clarifications. When I say Target, I'm talking about there's stuff around to do in other restaurants and things. When I talk about waterfront, or if you're thinking about waterfront, you want to think about, what do you need the waterfront for? Do you have to have year-round water? Do you want year-round water? What are you doing with the water, etc.? Remember about dock permits. Number 3, yes, we've got bugs. Yes, we have bugs, okay? I mean, I don't know what else to say about that one, because to me, I'm like, yes, we have bugs, and I hate them. Anyways, okay, number 4, city versus county. This has to do with your property taxes. This has to do with school zoning. Like, there's all a bunch of different things. Go check out those various county videos and that overview. And then number 5, traffic clarification. You probably need a car. When I say it's very busy traffic here, maybe I'm exaggerating, or maybe what I think is crazy is really not that bad. So take that with a giant grain of salt. So anyways, I hope this has been helpful. A little bit of a rant, but just wanted to give you some insights, some thoughts. And as always, I love and appreciate your feedback. I love and appreciate when you tell me videos you want to see or things you want to do, etc. You can always text me or call me directly. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks.